money still chasing the mill. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field. Got money still chasing the mill. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field.
Check. What's the word, people? What's going on, man? You know what it is. It's your boy Rapz, Erin Boogie here in the building with me. It's another Monday night, another 10 p.m.
Ew.
Yeah. Yo, man, 91.3 FM, WVKR, Poughkeepsie Independent Radio. You are rocking with In the Field.
Feels good to be here.
It does. I feel like it's a different energy today.
It does. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, man. A lot going on. I feel
Always.
like we got to start with positive news, but probably the most exciting thing to come out of this past weekend, Max B being home.
The wave is back.
Yo, crazy.
16 years down.
Yo, 08 me is lit right now.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
I've been listening to Max B all weekend. Do not ask me about any new releases. They do not exist to me.
Oh, man. All right, so listen. He's doing like day parties. He's getting straight to it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I definitely want to make sure that I attend one of these, maybe the Connecticut one, whatever.
Yeah.
So here's what we really got going on. I want to ask you, is maybe not so much about him coming home for this conversation, but like you delve in managing artists, working with artists very closely. What do you think is the best plan for him coming home after being away 16 plus years? Does he go straight to album mode and drop?
He's already dropped.
Well, that's the thing. Is that the best plan? Or do you feel it's like, yo, come home, run up these features, get the attention, get the demand there?
I think the demand is there.
Snatch up the new fans that like maybe only bought a Supreme to you.
No, I think the demand is there. I think Max B has a strong fan base. I think people are have been waiting for him to come home. I think he has an established fan base that want him to drop music. I think like the Elevators track wasn't great, but I think it had elements that were good. I think that Max B sounds good. I think that he's got a lot of shows lined up for him. I think that he should definitely hit the studio. He needs a first day out record. I think he should drop something with French. Like, I think it's go time.
So we seen him link with French when he got out.
Yes, yep.
He tapped in with Fergie Baby before he came home. Told him to wait for him, that he got something for him.
Yep.
Cam showed love.
Yep.
In the past, people to accredit their style to him, like Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
Obviously French gonna rock with him. They had the joint with The Weeknd. Like, there's a lot of people that would show love, so I am interested in seeing the features.
Well, and I think French's style too, in the past he's dropped a lot of mixtapes on industry beats. So I think it would be really dope for him to do, like, if he did a mixtape like that and came straight out the gate, did something like that, I think that would be fly.
I think that also goes differently now, because as you see, like, little by little throughout the past like decade, we've been seeing people in their like mixtapes from like back in the day kind of like make their way there, but like you still deal with, like, if this is streaming, that means people are getting paid from this. This is on a platform, and you got to get clearances for those joints that you rapping over, spitting over, even if you know it's not your beat. Yo, I could call it the blank remix. Like, there's still something that's got to be given for those. You know what I mean? Maybe Taylor Swift don't want you spitting over her.
But I think I think Max B is going to get clearance. But I also think that Max B could drop something, maybe throw something up on YouTube and not necessarily need to get clearance for something. You know what I mean? Just throw something out to the public on a well-known beat.
For sure.
Just to get some attention back.
Okay. Keeping it with legal news, right? Your man Diddy, right? I don't know why I put that on you like he's your man's.
Yeah,
right?
Not my man's.
Right, but
in any way.
Diddy, I don't think we really updated that, like, he's been transferred to go, serve his time now.
He's at Fort Dix now.
At Fort Dix. Of all places. I'm sure he chose that. He seen it on the list and was like, yeah, let me get that.
The irony.
But they had just found him under the influence, but they say that he was drinking. I know, like, in jail, a lot of time they ferment things and kind of make their own. There you go. Moonshine to some extent.
Yeah. Yep.
My man's wildin'. He said, and what he was trying to do with like his plea of like coming home, he was saying that he spent over like 20 plus months being sober. So to know that you 2 weeks into serving your time and you're already getting sauce, like, What's good with that? You think he was dancing? He was definitely dancing.
They had video of him dancing, didn't they?
Dancing, yo. Because if you getting sauce, yo,
dancing in the video, even in prison.
Dang, yo. And shout out to my man, Nickel Play the L, because he definitely just dropped a video for the Tell Him No. You know what I mean? I definitely wish we got it sooner, but what's crazy is like this Diddy thing kind of seems like it never ends. So,
well, I was gonna say, I always preach that you don't necessarily have to drop with a video, because especially at his level. Shout out to him, but it'll give that song a second life. But it's perfect timing, because now you have eyes on Diddy. Now you drop the video at a time where you're gonna get the SEO from what Diddy's got going on.
For sure.
Along with the video. So I think it's actually perfect timing for him.
Hell yeah. And we got Antonio Brown. That's
wild.
He's now, if y'all don't remember, this was either this is earlier this year where he had gotten into it with somebody outside of a Miami club. He ended up shooting a dude. I don't know if it was to get a ball off of him or what the deal was.
Claim self-defense.
Yeah, there you go. But
fled the country.
He is now being held in New Jersey
for attempted murder.
But they're kind of holding him down until Miami's ready to receive.
No, I think he's in Miami. I think they extradited him, didn't they?
I don't know if that might have happened.
I thought they did.
Weekend.
Yeah, I thought they did. I thought he was in custody in Miami now.
Yeah.
Because they brought him back to the States from Dubai.
Yeah. What's out there?
A lot of rich stuff.
All right. I ain't mad at that, man. He had a crazy little run, though. I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like running off the field mid-game. He had a little rap career for a quick second. Shout out to Panoramic.
Yeah.
Come on, man. It always ties back to the Hudson Valley, man.
Always. We lit out here, low-key.
Oh, man. But, yeah, we could take it off of the legal news now, man. I mean, music-wise, has there been anything that you've been checking into?
The Grammys, there's no rap nominated for Best New Artist.
Quick question. If there was a Best New Artist from this year, now I know people play the games of like, this is my debut album as I'm a veteran, but if there was a brand new artist, quote unquote, let's just say, right? Who would it be this year?
Well, I was going to say, are you mad at that? Because I'm not.
Who? Who would you pick?
Nobody comes to mind, and that's why
nobody at all.
But that leads me to the conversation of where rap. There was no rap in the top 40, and so there that was all circles back.
That was something different. They
the numbers game
changed Billboard to where it's now kind of like once your time has ran in this position, like you can't stay in the top 40 forever. There's a time.
Well, they did that so that new songs can come into the top 40
and to bounce GNX out of there because it would still be there.
Well, because songs and albums were charting for years at a time, so they wanted to.
As they should. If people are listening to them, and guess what, your new heat can't compete with my heat from 3 years ago. That's not really like I shouldn't be penalized for that.
But it also brings the conversation back to. Labels are the ones that create the top 40 with their big money budgets. So, but it also begs the question of the discourse online about hip hop declining. Do you think hip hop is declining? Because I don't think that hip hop is declining. I think it's just that it becomes that age old accolade question of, do you need a Grammy? Do you need to chart?
Everything always changes. Like Nas I Am recently was just updated after like X amount of years, right? And
there's a lot of albums that haven't been updated in 20.
Now they're saying like, yo, out of nowhere, boom, platinum, double platinum, and you was gold back in like 99.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, he's just knowing this now. You know, he might still been receiving the checks for it and whatnot.
And the plaques.
I feel like there's no way that hip hop is declining, because every other genre is still taking from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I listen to country, if it's new country, they rap, they singing on trap beats and it's mellow beats and it sounds like Lemonade. It sounds like something Gunn would be on. It sounds like, like a lot of these tracks to where it's like it's vibey trap. And y'all are just trying to call it country now while also not letting black creators into country, which is a whole nother topic. So I don't think that there's any decline of it. I think that they had to find a way to bounce hip hop out of it by making this new Billboard rule. And like y'all are booting them off like, y'all have won 7 weeks on 106 in Park. Rest in peace, Poster Boy, while we at it.
Same thing with the Grammys, I think, like with the Best New Artist category. Do you think that was a snub? Or do you think it was just that there was no Best New Artist this year?
But to snub who? There's nobody new. There's nobody new. There's like, we've been sitting here for what? We going on like 3 minutes. You ain't said nobody. I ain't saying nobody. There's nobody even in the running.
The rap category, though, is pretty stacked.
What's that?
For the best album, like with GNX and Tyler and Clips and...
I think that's really just comes down, and Glorilla. I think
Glorilla,
comes down to GNX and the Clips.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
but it was still a good. I thought the albums that were nominated were good this year.
And I think to not lose fandom as the Grammys have in the past, they probably are gonna have to split those awards that they're both in. They might have to divvy those up evenly.
Do you think that this is where, too? I feel like. Do you think that hip hop and rap, like, it should be divided into subgenres?
Oh yeah, I feel like I've addressed that on here. Like
we're like long overdue for that, right?
Because there are subgenres, and you know how they got like classic rock, punk rock. They got, you know what I mean, different heavy metal. You know what I mean? Like, I think that this year we've seen so many albums drop from like legends. You know what I mean? So we've seen Slick Rick, we've seen a Big L. Do I think that Big L and Lotto should be competing for,
or that Clips should go up against Glorilla?
Yeah, or do I think Slick Rick should be up against Lil Tecca?
No,
you know,
absolutely not.
Yeah, we've got to separate some things, and we got to figure out. But,
so why don't we? Why don't we?
Maybe the powers that be view it all as one.
And I think that's a problem.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, that's that. Again, for years, everybody been saying like, yo, why we invest so much into like these type of awards? Why? Because we don't got a Source Awards or a Vibe Awards or a...
And the BET Awards just went away.
Out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? MTV clipped it. Like, you know, MTV not long ago announced like, yo, we're not even showing music videos no more. Like,
yeah.
Y'all got YouTube for that.
That's why I always encourage the people that I know to join the Recording Academy, so that way they can be the change they wish to see.
Or and they could like place votes on. Like,
yeah.
But again, you know, that's like politics. But yo, what does my vote count as opposed to? But speaking of politics, man, we got a new New York City mayor. We talked about it last week. Zohran Mamdani. What up? Like, you know, is this the change? I feel like we needed youth. Young ideas.
I mean, we didn't need Cuomo. That's what we didn't need. Yeah,
especially when you got Eric Adams falling back and like standing on your side, standing behind you. Y'all are like Kobe and Shaq of fleshly harassments.
Yeah,
y'all putting up a triple double. We don't need y'all.
Well, that, and I think Cuomo too was again just your industry standard, like the standard issue politician, like.
And there's familiarity with that, like yo,
career politician.
Yo, that's the same name as the bridge, and it's just like yo, there's so many people come to New York that aren't from New York, but that. If you're going to vote, you might vote on familiarity more than like keeping up with what the politics has been.
I think it just goes to show that people are tired of the same old. I mean, I'm not really familiar with Mamdani and what he's done. I don't really think that he
that's the thing.
Done.
They were, you know, yo, you lack the experience, but it's like, yo, maybe new ideas, maybe like, because the only experience people could have is the status quo.
The problem is that New York City is a really large municipality, and I mean, we saw it as a microcosm in Newburgh.
I mean,
we've seen it in Poughkeepsie.
Like, if you think of like, yo, there's the president, there's the vice president, and then it's like probably the mayor of New York.
But that's what I was getting at, is that I've seen it happen firsthand in Poughkeepsie, where somebody came in that didn't have experience and destroyed the city. So it's a gamble. It's a roll of the dice. So we'll see. We'll see where we're at in a couple years.
And guess what? If worse comes to worse, you just got a new person to blame things on.
Yeah, worse comes to worse, and you have the burning of the Bronx. So I mean,
we've already had that, and Curtis Lewa was there for it. He was actually putting out the fire with his red hat.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's all we can do.
Yo, I actually saw like an interview that Curtis Lewa did with like some platform about like, I guess he's like a huge advocate for like not declawing cats and for people that aren't like peated down. Basically, they don't like declawing cats because when you do declaw a cat, it actually takes off like a part of their paw, so they can like mutilation to some extent.
Yeah. It's not good.
But yeah, he had this whole thing, and my man, like, he's married, but he's got like 18 cats in his crib.
What?
And he's got like a regular like small.
No, that's too
New York
much.
City apartment.
Too much.
And like, but he's like a huge advocate for it, and it's like, yo, you might, if that came out earlier, you might have lost some people's vote. Because he's like, yo, yeah, people don't call me a crazy cat lady because I'm a tough guy.
Oh my God. No, that's 18 cats is blowing my mind. Because that smell has got to be.
Yeah, he's like, yo, don't smell in my house. I'm
no,
like, yo,
there's
bro,
no way.
You smell like your house.
That's
you don't know you stink, bro.
You in your house, that's all you smell.
Before I was gonna start talking about music, right? Hills Have Eyes was one of them albums that came out Halloween-ish, but I didn't get to check it because there was a big L. There was so many other drops. Kodak got a new album, which is some heat.
Oh, I didn't check that out. I love me some Kodak.
Yo, I don't know what it is about Kodak. I don't know if it's like my Florida ties that it's like, oh man, yeah, I could check this. But like,
I just think he's just so incredibly talented.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Like one of them. Listen, I think one of the things that won me over with Kodak he was on the Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers album, and he rhymed Roman numerals with pharmaceuticals. And I was like, yo, I think he won me. I think he won me right there. That was it. But yo, the Hills Have Eyes, dope album, hard. Like, I feel like my man Westside Gunn really do not tailor his sound to nobody. So like, you know what to expect, but it's like, it's always of quality.
Yo, did you see he got kicked out of the wrestling event? He's beefing with WWE.
I feel like that's probably for story lines more so than like a real thing. Because I did peep that, but he's so ingrained in like the AEW and like all of these other wrestling cultures, and like, he books them for his own wrestling events.
Yeah.
Like, obviously a lot of the skits and the things that you hear on the album, even the videos, the merch, you're licensing a lot of images and sound clips. WWE and these other sister or parent companies. So it's like, I know there's really not static there, and I know it was for storyline, but that's how deeply ingrained in wrestling he is.
Yeah, no, and he has his own, what is his thing called? His
fourth rope.
Yeah, fourth rope. He's got like his own little thing going on with it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. He leverages a lot of the artists, wrestlers from these other, entities to like kind of come here and like, yo, bring your title with you, even though it's not on the line tonight. And like, it's basically what they would call like a house show. So like, it's not going to be viewed on TV. It's not, no one's belt is on the line. No, it's like, this is more so for the people in attendance more than, anything else. But yeah, dope listen, man. Make sure y'all check that out for sure. I was saying, prerequisites, right? So I'm out with my boy the other day. All right. Me and him chopping it up. We at the bar, shout out to all the bartenders that kind of like chop it up with you and like interject themselves into your conversation just for the fun of it. You feel me? But my boy starts going on his list of very shallow prerequisites for dating. I think my own would be like, yo, you got to have a car, your own spot, a job that's not.
Those are like the bare minimums.
Maybe into a career or a
mine is you have to like me.
That's up there. That's up there.
I don't think I've ever dated anyone that's liked me before.
That's crazy. So my man goes into this very shallow bag he has where it's like, basically, are you on any medications? Which I'm like, I'm not against that, even though it is quite invasive very early, right? But then he's like, yo, I might need you to have all your fingers and toes.
That's a good one.
And
you can't have snaggle toes.
Stop, time out. But is that a deal breaker for you? Because that's kind of where the bartender was hung up, because she's like, yo, I got a paralyzed homegirl and she gonna get it in and she gonna freak you like this and da-da-da. And it's like, you might have just been bigging up your wheelchair bound homegirl.
No, because I remember I had told an ex, like, at the time when we were dating, I forget what the conversation was, but I was basically like, I don't remember if it was like if you lose a limb or if you lose like an appendage of some sort.
Life insurance?
I was like, if you lose like
life insurance.
I was like, but like that's a deal breaker for me.
If you lost a limb, or that thing was with you, that was a deal breaker.
Like I'm out.
Dang, he can't do that thing with the two hands like you like. Like
I was like that. Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not that person.
I mean, the toes are so out the way that it's like, yo, if you're missing a pinky toe on the right side, like, other than equilibrium issues, like,
I don't even like snaggle toes. Like, you better go and get your toes done. No, I mean like your toenails. Like, you need to go get your toes done.
Oh, that comes down to hygiene.
Yeah.
Like, your foot could be clean, but like there's no reason that you should have a Swiss Army knife on your big toe.
Like when it like rubs against my leg and cuts me open, like it's a problem.
See, I can't do that because when I lay down, I'm like I think they call it cricketing, where like I rub my feet together like I'm about to invent fire.
Like, but why?
Okay, but do you have, other than liking you, do you have any other prerequisites that you'd like to throw on the list that it's like this is mandatory?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's some of the like the bare minimums that like your homeboy said, like working, has a car.
That's
like,
what I was saying.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, it's like working.
He's
has a
super
car.
shallow down with it.
Like if you wear some like jacked up number Jordans, or like if I see you in like Spizikes, like I probably wouldn't.
The Mexican Jordans? Yeah, just the shallowness. I was like, oh, that spun me for a loop real quick. But like the fact that Shorty behind the bar.
Yo, U.S. Polo Association, that's another one.
That's up there for real. Okay.
I have some funny ones.
Yeah, but that's some almost like, yo, this is my type, and what you doing is not my type right now. So that's why I feel like anybody would be getting like hung up on that. I actually do want to ask, right? I don't know if you've seen this about Casanat's girl and her mom, and there seems to be like some issue online about it all.
No, that I didn't see.
Okay, so Kai's got a girlfriend who he's been with now publicly for quite some time, at least all of this year. Her name is Gigi. And her mother posted a video on her social media earlier this week or last week actually, and saying that she hasn't heard from her daughter. It's been quite some time. That she's never even sat down to meet Kai, even to share, a glass of water over conversation. And saying that Kai has told her that hanging with her best friend, we don't know who the best friend is, or her mother would do damage to her reputation. Kind of crazy, because I know we do give like a lot of advice on here, and like sometimes it is like, yo, this is me and my girl, and it's something like parent related.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, you're doing too much. But also like, I don't know the specifics. And the mom's kind of like chastising Kai for like getting into her daughter's head. But I almost want to like debate how much does this fall on like you would tell you like, your daughter's dating somebody seriously for a year and don't introduce you to them or them to you? Did you teach your daughter that that's not how it go? You know what I mean? To where,
and not just that, like why? There's like, to me, there would be an underlying reason.
And I can't even say that he's all the way wrong. Cause it's like, yo, you over here while inventing about Casanat on Instagram as an adult's mother, which is like odd to me, not on something like, yo, why is your mom on Instagram? Like, I just feel like there's got to be some things as far as like coming off the prerequisites thing. It's like, yo, being respectful to my family got to be on there.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Meeting my family got to be on there.
Yeah.
Because that's almost kind of like the stamp of like.
But also your family keeping it off social media got to be on there.
That's a prerequisite as well.
Like keeping issues, like stop airing dirty laundry on social media.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's like super messy. It was one of the things that I'm just like, yo, what? Like, and I feel like a lot of the things that she's saying like is wrong, because she was taking like a lot of credit for like, yo, you like my daughter's cooking? That's me. You like my daughter's this Louisiana girl? My daughter moved away from Louisiana when she was 2. So like all that Louisiana vibe and cooking and culture, that's me.
My God.
You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, mom, why are you on IG saying
that's
that
childish.
My daughter's swag is mine, so really what you like is me? And like, all right, now we drifting off into a different area.
Yeah, that's childish and weird.
Yeah, speaking of, because I feel like we just talked about us doing advice, and I set something aside that I got this week, so I did want to make sure.
It's unqualified and unfiltered time.
Can we just take a moment to attack the fact that Kraft mac and cheese is having a apple pie flavor?
No, that's disgusting.
Some things we don't need.
Yo, I put ketchup on my Kraft mac and cheese.
I feel like that's not as absurd, because I feel like I have heard of that.
I agree. I think that's less absurd.
Okay, so here we go into our advice segment, man. I definitely want to make sure we tackle this before we burn out of some time. I like when they put it in the title, so I don't got to guess what this is about.
Yeah.
Read it all. So the title of this here, right, it was subjected as hooked up with someone I probably should not have.
Yes.
But what do I do now? Okay, which is always a great
Just say it don't count. Just subtract that number. Go on with your life.
See, fellas, that's why you got to multiply by 3. That's what J. Cole was that's what J. Cole was telling y'all about. All right, listen. I lived with my brother and his BFF/roommate since I was 14
is gonna be good.
because our family sucks. Can I say that on the air? I'm sorry. He moved out as soon as he could at 18. They don't live together anymore. My brother's married, got a kid, and I'm very close with the both of them. My ex and I broke up a few months before this started happening, so I was leaning on support a lot. I had an on and off crush on him forever, but no one ever knew. I'm gonna tell you something because I'm gonna take a little time out right there. At the beginning of me reading this, I knew. So though you think nobody knew, my girl, come on. We knew. They knew.
I knew as soon as you started reading.
I know the fact that as soon as you mentioned that your brother had a roommate.
Yeah, that was
oh,
it. I was
damn.
like, it's over.
Okay. He and one of my friends came over the other night, and this all happened while we were drinking.
Oh,
After she
there you
left,
go.
we ended up hooking up one more time, and nobody was more surprised than I was.
Yeah,
I wasn't, it wasn't weird when we were sober, which I was scared of at first, but it actually felt good. We've been seeing each other for like 4 months now, and it's been amazing. I don't regret anything because of how awesome it has been, but I don't know what to do now. Now that it isn't new anymore, I have been mentally freaking out. We both have feelings, and it's not just hooking up, but I don't know where we go from here, and I really don't want to mess things up. I think my brother might freak out, my sister-in-law definitely would, but is there a decent chance after some time he would support it because he loves us both? We are both just really scared to say anything. I know this could be a disaster, but it could also be something awesome. Are there any mistakes I should look out for? And is it actually weird because it doesn't feel that way?
Why is this a problem?
Well, it's a problem because I think
It's your brother's roommate. It's not like it's his
it's your brother's ex-roommate.
Yeah, that's what it is. This is not a problem to me.
It's not a problem?
No.
You got a brother?
No.
All right. All right, yo, listen. I mean, off rip, I already knew what this was. The fact that him and one of your friends came over, your friend was the buffer the night that y'all hooked up. Cause you know what you wanted. So even all that, like, yo, nobody was more shocked than me. You was the least shocked. You was shocked that you got it off.
No, I'm not. No. She wasn't, because he came over, first of all, with her friend. It wasn't like the brother came over. Like, he knew what
said, yo, I've stayed close with them even after.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he knew what it was hitting for.
And that's also why it wasn't weird. It wasn't weird because y'all really rocked with each other.
That's what I'm saying. Like, none of this is weird. Just tell your brother. Whatever happens, happens. Like, life is too short.
And your brother got his own life to be concerned about. You know, he could be
He's
upset
married with kids.
He could say, I'd rather you be with someone I don't know. But I think that's the end of that. I'm trying to see, like, her actual questions were.
I thought this was going to be more scandalous. I'm disappointed.
My thing is also that she didn't include age. So she said it was her older brother and she lived with them when she was 14 and the brother moved out when she was 18. So I know there's at least a 5-year gap.
Mm-hmm.
But for the brother to have kids and live with his wife and all this, I know more than 5 years have passed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much any of this is out of pocket. Are there any mistakes that I should look out for? Yes, actually, I did want to address a mistake you should probably look out for. You said something about it being more serious. And I don't know if that's ever anything he has divulged.
Yeah. Yeah.
He may not want to take it serious. So you're thinking about.
And that's the only conversation that I would have before.
What are we?
Yeah. Like, before taking this any further. Like, you might not even need to tell your brother.
And only 4 months in? I don't know if you allowed to ask me what this is.
Yeah, no.
Nah, that's crazy.
Just like, let it rock. Yeah. Let it rock.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
You know, in one form or fashion, I'll be letting you know how I feel about you. And you'll see in my body language, in my verbal language, in some of the things that I do that, like, I don't take this as serious as blank. Especially if you've been around me for so many years, you've seen me in other relationships.
Yeah.
So you know how I conduct relationships, and you know, you lived with me when I was 18 and had my own crib. Oh, I might have been smashing things. You might have just seen, like, yo, you know what it is when I'm just hitting.
Yeah.
You know? And is it actually weird because it doesn't feel that way? Nah, I think you good. Who knows how this might play out though? Like, this might just be like nothing.
I agree.
Like this will also turn into nothing too. So
Yeah.
keep that.
It could fizzle out.
Keep that as an option.
It could fizzle out.
You know what I mean?
Or y'all could get married. Who knows? Only time will tell.
There you go. Look at, okay. I can right back with the positivity. I like that, man. Yo, you want to send them off, man? Because it's about our time. We got to skate. We got to pay some bills. And the next people are here to kick us out.
Yo, it's been a wonderful evening.
Oh, man. Y'all know what
it's been another In the Field Radio.
Yo, catch us back here next week. You know what it is. Another Monday night, another 10 p.m. All right. And ain't no telling what's going on then, huh? We going to see the state of New York. All right. Are we still safe? Jaylen Brown.
Are we ever safe?
Yo, are you going to come to New York? You going to be wiping your hair follicles on our jerseys? All right. We won't stand for that. Listen, find out next week.
We out.